JAK in the Box.
Welcome to another edition of JAK in the Box. I'm Jack. This is DB. We have a very special guest with us today. His name is Mac. We're going to do something all different today. Usually we do vintage action figures, but today we're going to do some more modern stuff. We're going to call this Mail Call. Not very original. Show it to Mac, show it to DB, show it to you for the first time. I ordered these maybe about a year ago or so. I don't remember exactly what's in the box. Let's open this box and find out exactly what is in the box. DB, if you want to go ahead and try to open on that side, and I'll go on this side, and we'll meet in the middle. All right, here we go. What's in the box? We finally got it over. Oh, I'm seeing some Star Wars in here. Let me pull this first one out. I'll pull this over to Mac first. Look at that guy, how interesting that is. And you can pull it over to DB and he'll tell us exactly what it is we have there.
This is a range trooper, and this is awesome. I believe the range troopers you may have first seen in Han Solo.
It's from the Solo movie, 100%. Yes, really cool range
very
trooper.
Awesome. I love that. The range troopers were always cool looking to me.
Yeah, 100%. You can even see up here Star Wars. Solo.
Oh yeah, it does say there on the top Solo Star
Really
Wars.
cool range trooper.
And Kenner.
And Kenner, absolutely. This is from the vintage collection, so it's a Hasbro product, but they put that Kenner on there. Mac is right.
Yeah, this is super awesome. It comes with like this gun accessory. Looks really cool. Usually most of the guns are black or silver in Star Wars, so that like having a white gun like this is kind of rare.
Really cool action figure coming right out of the box. I'm going to pull this second one out. I'll show it over to Mac first as he pulls out his glasses. Yeah, right. But look at this figure, and then when you're done with it, we'll pass it over to DB, and he can describe it.
That looks familiar.
Looks familiar to you, yeah?
It
Okay,
does.
Awesome. DB, who do we have?
This right here is the one and only.
It's a trap. Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar. He has a famous line in the Return of the Jedi movie where he says exactly what DB said.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Just like
exactly.
It's a trap.
Unfortunately, he also shows up in the newer movies as well, the ones that just recently came out. And there's a scene in there where R2-D2, the little droid, pulls up a map. So unfortunately, in the movie, they missed the opportunity where Admiral Akbar could have said,
It's a map.
it's a map, but instead they missed that opportunity. But Admiral Akbar representing this box, no doubt about it.
Love it. Great character.
Next in the box, I'm going to pull this guy out and pop this over to Mac. Do you recognize this one at all?
It's like, yes, of course I recognize that guy.
You say, of course. Why, of course, do you recognize him?
Because look, there's this picture right there.
Who is this one?
Andy Harrison.
Mac recognizes him because this is Harrison Ford, of course, but you may know him better if you're a Star Wars fan as Han Solo. The one and only, one of my favorite characters from the Star Wars franchise. Han Solo, great character. And he's in his Endor outfit here.
Really cool representation of Han Solo there in that camouflage coat. Absolutely.
And this is the Kenner, and this is also a vintage collection. The way you know about the vintage collection, but on the back of the box, it'll say vintage right here, but it also says there at the top VC and whatever the number is, indicating which model or action figure you have, and the VC stands for vintage collection. So
Harrison gets a piece of the action, I hope, somehow.
I hope. I'm sure he does. He's got. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they have a licensing deal in his contract or not. They probably didn't back in those days.
Mr. Ford, if you know the answer to that and would like to leave a comment below, we would love to know. Do you get a piece of the action
or
from
Lucas
this action figure?
Lucasfilm? You can any of those. Give us some information.
I'm going to pull this next one out. Pop this over to Mac. Do you recognize this guy, or have you seen anything quite like this in the Star Wars world before?
But no, I don't
very
recognize
interesting.
that one.
DB, who do we have?
Well, this is Jaak Emway, and he is an awesome character. He is from one of my favorite Star Wars movies, Rogue One. But yeah, very, very cool. I love Jaak Emway, a blind character in the Star Wars franchise, and uses the Force to see probably better than he could with his own eyes.
Interesting. Very cool figure. What
see.
does he come with exactly?
And Jaak Emway looks like he comes with a couple things. He has the it's sort of like a bow weapon. He also has a gun and his famous staff. So there's
amazing
3 different pieces here that he comes with. Really cool that they made a vintage collection for the Rogue One and the Solo.
It's like everything we're looking at is vintage collection.
Yeah, all these
seem to be vintage collection, 100%. I'm going to pass this over to Mac. Do you recognize this character at all from the Star Wars universe? Do you know who this is?
Looks like Rey.
Looks like Rey. Do you know who Rey is?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't tell you. No problem. I'm going to pass this over to DB. Who is Rey?
So Rey, we know her from first introduced being in The Force Awakens. You got the prequel trilogies, you have the original trilogy, and then you have the sequel trilogies.
And Rey is kind of the protagonist of the sequel trilogy.
Correct. Rey is the protagonist of the sequel trilogy, and this is Island Journey Rey from The Last Jedi. So the second movie in the sequel trilogy.
Episode 8, that would be.
Episode 8, yes.
Yes, right.
And very cool. I do like this outfit. I always I wasn't a huge fan of The Last Jedi. I don't think there are a lot of fans of The Last Jedi. I know there's some out there. But she does come with her signature gun that Han Solo gave her, as well as her blue lightsaber, which is really super neat.
And really, that's Luke Skywalker's blue lightsaber.
Yeah, that's true. Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. And again, that really cool overcoat that she comes with. Just an awesome look to her, especially with her hair braided that way.
100%. Very cool character to have there. This is last in the box, but I do want to mention that this box was actually sent to me by Kat May from Past, Present, and Future Toys. All this vintage collection, so we could open it up here on JAK in the Box. Last in the box, I'm going to pop this over to Mac. Do you recognize this character?
Well, of course. I can't believe I put glasses on for that one.
Pass that over to DB. Who do we have?
That'll be Luke.
That's right. It is Luke Skywalker.
Wow. That's as vintage as it gets.
It's vintage, but he looks vintage as well because this is Luke Skywalker as we first saw him in the sequel trilogies.
Wow.
As an older Luke Skywalker.
Yes. But yes, Luke Skywalker, look at accessory-wise what he comes with or lack thereof.
Yeah, it's funny because he doesn't have any accessories.
Right.
The only thing that we notice him with, which is a little bit different than your typical action figure, is his mechanical hand.
Mechanical hand Luke, 100%.
And
look at that.
in this, he doesn't have a glove on, just like you first are introduced to him in The Last Jedi without the glove.
So is that the lightsaber that's in the Rey?
Right.
That we have?
Yeah, Rey hands him,
the blue
because
lightsaber.
she was in Force Awakens, she's given that lightsaber by Maz Kanata. Rey then delivers at the end of Force Awakens to Luke on Octo, or Octu, however you pronounce it. But very cool scene.
Mac did recognize Luke Skywalker almost right away. What is your first recollection of Luke Skywalker? What do you remember from Star Wars?
I just remember him driving around with all the stars in the sky.
Absolutely. And do you remember even seeing Star Wars for the first time? I mean, what happened there?
Wow, that was a long time ago. It was the year it came out, 77. I was in college. Went to the movies. And it was amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You remember going to the movie theater specifically and you saw it? Who were you with?
I think I was with a buddy of mine, Adam.
Okay. And was it your idea to see it or Adam's idea to see it?
Well, we've seen commercials on TV and it looked pretty good, but Adam was friends with this guy named Todd.
Okay.
Todd's sister was in the movie.
Who?
Carrie Fisher's Todd Fisher's sister, and Todd Fisher is Adam Wyatt's friend. And
wait, hold on. We're gonna pause for just a second here. So you're telling me that you went with a friend of yours named Adam, who also had a friend named Todd, and that happened to be Carrie Fisher's brother. That was the connection?
Wow.
Wow, that is a very close connection. Where were you? Like, you were in college where?
I went to UCLA, so I was living in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And Adam lived in Century City in a little hole apartment. And I think we went over to the Plitt Theaters in Century City and saw Star Wars there.
Okay, right, absolutely.
Wow.
It was
amazing.
mind-blowing.
And what was the most mind-blowing thing? Luke Skywalker or something else you saw?
No, I just like the way the stars all looked. I mean, it really looked cool. I mean, it was just a really, had the bar scene. It It was a good movie.
Okay, just a good
I
movie.
mean, and there just wasn't anything ever like it before that I ever saw.
Absolutely, 100%. That's vintage Star Wars for you right there, and it was Luke Skywalker that triggered those memories. So thank you very much, Luke Skywalker, for that. That's all we have in this box, but thank you so much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. You can see all our other videos. Just want to say a big thank you to DB and to Mac for coming on and supporting us here on JAK in the Box. I'm Jack. This is Mac. That's DB.
And we all did it.
JAK in the Box.
Be sure to subscribe and binge watch all of our episodes. Thanks for tuning in to JAK in the Box.